We are finally here at the end of Chapter 1 in Black Myth Wukong. That means it is time to take on the final boss. Well, the first of the final bosses. Still 5 chapters to go, you know? Luckily, we here at Direct Gaming have the perfect guide for you on how to take down the boss Black Bear Guai. Time to put all of your skills to the test for this epic boss fight. This guide is going to be broken down into 3 parts. Personal setup and skills that I had unlocked for this particular fight, tips on how to avoid the boss's attacks and how to counter them, and finally a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to use everything you learned in real time. Alright, let's get started. Now, if you found Blackwind King, the boss before this one, to be a little tricky, then go ahead and check out this video with this thumb on the channel. It will help you prep for this particular boss fight. In terms of the skills and items I had during this fight, I attached things like the Pilgrim's Garb and Headband along with the Bronze Arm Guard and Leg Guard. Also, grab Evil Repelling Medicine and Longevity as these can help you by reducing damage and giving you more health. I was also able to unlock the new stance where you can thrust your staff outwards, though I'm still new at it so I didn't use it much. Otherwise, what you see on screen is everything else I am using for things like magic, staff stances, and foundations. Feel free to pause the video to copy the things that you want, but overall you can basically use whatever you want. None of this is absolutely required. With our prep done, it is finally time to take on the bear. But real quick, I need to pay some bills real quick and pay the team, and that is possible thanks to the help of today's sponsor, Factor. Are you someone who loves the game but just can't find the time? Want to finally jump into the brand new game Black Myth Wukong, or maybe just a quick online match with the boys? But that crazy schedule of yours just won't allow it. Whether it be school, full-time job, family, or anything else you can think of, throw on top of that having to make dinner and clean up after, which, let's be honest, nobody likes to do. Well, today is your lucky day. Factor is the best place to get chef-prepared meals on the table in 2 minutes that are not only ready to go, but extremely healthy and tasty. I mean, just look at all these options right here. My personal top 3 picks would have to be the roasted garlic chicken, honey mustard pork chops, and oh, that creamy Parmesan chicken. Yeah, I'm definitely eyeing that one right there. Or maybe you just need something for breakfast. The smoky bacon and cheddar egg bites definitely make my mouth water a little bit. It gives you the protein you need for the day and can also get in some much needed gaming sessions. All you have to do in order to get all of this is just click the link in the pinned comment to get 50%. Yes, you heard me, 50%. That is half off the normal price of your first Factor box. And you will also get 20% off your next month's order. Also, to top it all off, you don't need to order something for every day. Only need meals for 2 days out of the week? No problem. One thing I especially love about Factor is that you can actually skip weeks, which means that you are not charged and you can start back up whenever you want. That saves you money when you need it, and you can still get in those sweet gaming sessions. So, what the heck are you waiting for? Hit the link, sign up, and use the code that you see on screen to get 50% off now. All right, we back. Now, when it comes to this boss fight itself, Black Bear Guai looked very intimidating, but it's actually not too hard of a boss fight. Let's go over some of the attacks that this guy's going to throw at you and how to counter them. Right when the fight starts, chances are very high that the boss is going to turn into that ball of smoke. Look familiar? It's exactly what Blackwind King did back in his fight. This time though, 2 things can happen. Either the spear is simply going to float around and then Mr. Bear will reappear and jump at you. Or he will do the exact same move as the previous boss where the smoke spear will dash at you a few times before reappearing as the actual boss. As you'd expect with any kind of bear/animal style boss, this one is going to have your basic claw swipes and ground pounds. Sometimes he will mix it up with a jump attack at you as the final move. While these moves can be slow and somewhat easy to dodge, keep an eye on where he will land because of how big the boss is. You can still get hit sometimes, especially when he slides. Probably the biggest combo he did in the first half of this particular fight was around 5 attacks or so, combining claw swipes, a pound or 2, and a jump. Another thing to note with some of the jump attacks the boss will do that I mentioned beforehand is his body will actually hit the ground but then slide a little bit, meaning a higher chance for you to actually get hit and take damage. So be ready and make sure you're trying to move and dodge to the side and not backwards. When the boss gets down to about 50% of his health, all of his attacks will start implementing fire. Fire strikes, claws that are on fire, feet that are on fire, fire pillars, and so on. So if you brought a potion to help you with fire resistance, then that is going to make things much easier. If not, then at the very least, make sure your character does not get set on fire, otherwise you need to roll a couple of times to put the fire out. It's also at this point that he will start turning into smoke again and zooming around the arena just like in the previous boss fight, but more times than not he will be doing this instead of just simply being the smoke ball and then popping out eventually. As with the previous boss fight, remember to wait until you hear a pop sound, then move to the side to dodge this. When he's back in his bear form, his movements do become faster, but I found just simply killing his groove with immobilization does the trick here just fine. You can still stagger him with a combo finisher, which is really nice. Now, in terms of how to actually counter this boss and some of his moves, the key is to either stagger him with a combo finisher or from using mobilization. Luckily, a lot of his moves are very slow and easy to read, so after he jumps at you and you dodge out of the way, you can slow him down and get a bunch of attacks on him. Pillar can also help avoid some of the flame attacks on the ground, which is really nice. So if they happen to be too close to you and you can't get in to get some combos in on the boss, this can help you. I also started using my spirits like the snake area boss, Guan Mo, summon a couple of snakes and then move away to a different area so the boss won't actually go after the snakes and he'll start to kind of do some pick damage. They don't do a ton of damage to the boss or anything, but hey, any damage is good damage in my book. Also, finally, don't forget to use your R2 and L3 ability to help protect you against fire. It's very helpful here at the second end of the fight. Other than that though, this boss really shouldn't be too hard. There are definitely some harder bosses in this first chapter, but I would say overall this one's kind of at the medium stage. Just keep up with the same moves until you finally take this boss down. Just like any boss though, make sure you're using the mobilization. I know I've said it many times, but it really is that good. And just try dodging his attacks at the last second or even using some of your transformations. Take this bear down and you'll get the bird transformation, the trophy Blazing Black Wind for completing chapter 1, and much more. Now here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to take Black Bear Guai down. As always, learn the attacks and patterns of the boss to make it easier. It's okay if it takes you a couple of tries. If you enjoyed the guides, then a like on the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content, and don't forget to check out our other Black Myth Wukong guides and content along with our other videos in the top right corner and pinned comment. Thanks for watching the video. I've been Talon with Direct Gaming. I hope you have a great day and week, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Johnny.
Yeah.